All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. JP versus RazerMoon. Why is my phone blowing up? All right. Apparently, for no real reason other than to tell me that, well, things are running in the background. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down in this 1v1 matchup. I'm actually not quite sure what this lettering is here right behind the top. I really don't know. Is that part of, like, I noticed it earlier on my cast. All right. Anyways, let's break things down. RazerMoon spawning as the purple Night Elf player on the bottom right-hand side of the map, going up against Jperezimba, who I will be calling JP throughout the rest of this match, is spawning as the green human on the top left. Thank you, everyone who have been following me, subscribed to me, all of that social media jazz, watching me through over this past decade. I don't know. Will I make it to 20 years? Will I make it to a score? Will I be holding on to my youth and my childhood, thinking that, hey, by doing childish things, I am really not getting old? I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. Blood Mage going up against a Demon Hunter in a 1v1 matchup. Blood Mage, the oddball here as that primary hero, as the Blood Mage, well, abilities Siphon Mana, Banish, and Flame Strike, really not altogether that useful against Night Elf. Siphon Mana, however, can be useful in the sense that you can drain mana out of the Demon Hunter, and then once the Demon Hunter is out of mana, you can try and well, use your abilities and skills again. That's probably the downside when you're going up against the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter is just constantly just draining all of your mana, and there's really not much you can do about it. All right. Demon Hunter goes straight after the Renegade Wizard, going to go after the last Forest Troll, and then last finish off that Ogre. Meanwhile, off to the north here, Flame Strike first as that ability there. There goes an Ensnare. Militia now going straight after that Forest Troll High Priest. A little bit of damage over time. Forest Troll High Priest easily going to get taken down. And we're now looking at the Forest Troll Warlord, already down to 400 hit points and dropping quickly. Forest Troll Shadow Priest has been picked up. A Manual of Health was dropped. That extra 50 hit points could come in helpful as the Blood Mage gets to level 2 and goes for Siphon Mana second. Forest Troll Trapper now done. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter with Immolation Aura first quickly clears out this Murloc Tide Runner creep camp. Demon Hunter, Claws of Attack +5, and also a Sentry Ward. Gonna clear out these, well, creep camps here on Shallow Grave. Green creep camps should be fairly easy to take out. Trying to, like, dive in here. Not quite sure why the Demon Hunter just didn't run straight when that Rogue was actually in the back. That would have been a much better call overall, as the Brigand is going to get taken down here. Remember, the Brigand did have Frost Armor, so there was no real incentive for the Demon Hunter to try and engage it. Demon Hunter perhaps going to drop the Mantle of Intelligence, try to drink some Moonwell juice, and then, well, pick up and move along his merry way. Meanwhile, an Illusion Blood Mage now making its rounds, trying to do a bit of scouting, as the Blood Mage actively going to clear out this 9 o'clock Expo creep camp. You can see an Ancient of Wonders has been placed down. Is it going to get cleaned up here? Are we going to see a Flame Strike? Yes, we are. So all of those units are Flame Striked right now, taking a large amount of damage. There's some Siphon Mana. JP able to drain mana out of that Forest Troll High Priest until it spends it all finally on that last inner fire. Level 3 now on the Blood Mage. Level 2 Flame Strike. We are also looking at level 2 Immolation coming in from the Demon Hunter, who, well, quickly just toggled it off. Tech to Tier 2 well underway by both sides. There you have, well, RazerMoon already halfway to level or Tier 2. Meanwhile, Imba or JP not yet doing the Tech to Tier 2 as I originally thought. Instead, setting up a later Expo. All right, this later Expo, well, perhaps is going to open up opportunities, get that economic advantage. But I believe a Demon Hunter now trying to test the waters quickly gets teleported back away, or, well, not back away anywhere, back inside the base. All right, low hit point Peasant gonna back up here. And, well, JP is in a position. Are we going to see some more repairs underway? Are we going to see some more siphon mana? Yes, we are. There goes that poor peasant. That poor peasant ends up getting taken out as the immolation aura is going to come to an end. All right, without any more, well, it feels like it has a lot more mana than I would have expected. Without any more mana, is the Demon Hunter going to back away? Yes, it does, down to 17 hit points, and finally does, well, back up. Meanwhile, peasants need to get to work, try to finish up this town hall, get this expo running, perhaps get up an arcane tower, as the footmen do have defend and are able to reflect back decent damage against those archers and forest troll shadow priests. Demon Hunter once more back in for more action, has immolation, gonna go after those footmen. Meanwhile, Blood Mage, siphon mana, only the level 1 variety, as the Demon Hunter finally gonna run out of mana after all this time, but not before taking down some more footmen and getting up to level 4. What is going on here? Blood Mage says, you know what? I want all of your mana. There's a Flame Strike. One archer gets taken down. More units could get burned up here as the Forest Troll Berserker backs away. Arcane Tower has not yet been upgraded. Meanwhile, Forest Troll Berserker trying to retreat down to 60 hit points, down to 16. Gonna take one more slice in the back and get cleaned up. All right, Blood Mage engaging against this Demon Hunter. Little bit of a deny right there. Both sides exchanging blows. Who's going to come out on top? We're looking at, well, RazerMoon getting in some final hits. JP trying to retreat back down to 111 hit points. Does have a potion of greater healing. Is he going to be able to force the fight there as the, well, Blood Mage is now down to 49 hit points, down to 8 hit points. Quickly uses it and now going to turn back around, get some attacks here as the Demon Hunter does back away. Goblin Alchemist as the follow-up hero. Is he going to try and level up as well? Tech to tier 2 has not even started on either of the bases here, so it's going to be a solo Blood Mage for a rather long time. Goblin Tinker does go for Pocket Factory first. We're looking at an Arcane Vault being placed down by JP. Meanwhile, Forest Troll Shadow Priest, well, gonna bring alongside a Demon Hunter once more. There's some more siphon mana. Demon Hunter able to break the link and now perhaps try to go after some of these units. Forest Troll Shadow Priest gonna have a bad day. Demon Hunter down to 80 mana, gonna drain that away quickly. And the Blood Mage, who's able to siphon all the mana away from the Demon Hunter, now has the Demon Hunter surrounded with footmen and militia. All right, that Demon Hunter has seen better days. Forest Troll Shadow Priest going to get taken out. There it goes. Blood Mage sitting at level 3. We're looking at the footman trying to shut things down as the Demon Hunter falls at level 4. Meanwhile, Goblin Tinker has dived into the Expo and is now trying to shut down the Expo before it can really get started. Forest Troll Shadow Priest, Forest Troll Berserker, Goblin Tinker here trying to clean things up. Goblin Tinker does have some experience, but is now being forced to back up again. Footmen constantly just getting in the way of the Goblin Tinker as a tactical retreat is in order. All right, there's a ward there. There's a ward there, keeping sight. Meanwhile, Forest Troll Berserker of JP finding one of RazerMoon's wisps out on the map, able to, well, force it to retreat back. Blood Mage sitting at level 4. Still no tech to tier 2 on either side of JP's bases. Meanwhile, we are already at tier 3 by RazerMoon. RazerMoon having the clear tech advantage, now training up Master Bears. And Master Bears, in terms of power level, think of a Master Druid of the Claw as strong as a level 1 Paladin. Coming back around here, more Siphon Mana, Demon Hunter trying to fend off this attack. Got Ancient of Wonders trying to fight back here. He's going to get cleaned up as JP, well, also getting in some additional attacks onto that Demon Hunter again. Orb of Venom, perhaps going to push some lasting damage onto some Forest Troll Berserkers as it backs away. All right, Flame Strike. Remember, Flame Strike actually deals significantly more damage than Blizzard would normally deal when, well, trying to affect buildings. Demon Hunter down to dead again, falls at level 4. And what is this Blood Mage hoping to do? Blood Mage perhaps going to go and get another Flame Strike here as the Goblin Tinker is in a bit of a fight. He's not really even trying to break free, just, well, able to accept his fate. There's another Flame Strike right there. A little bit of Flame Strike damage over time. I don't think that was necessary. I think a Flame Strike right here could have hit all 3 buildings and not have affected these other units. All right, there's a rejuvenation. Druid of the Claw gets in a big swipe right there, and now going to be going after some of these footmen. All right, Demon Hunter getting, well, not getting resurrected, so these footmen who are getting cleaned up are not giving any experience. What is RazerMoon hoping to do here? There's Siphon Mana away from the Druid of the Claw. Druid of the Claw now out of mana, as the Blood Mage has a large amount of mana and may be able to get off even more Flame Strikes. All right, JP, what is that? A Flame Strike right there. Crimson, or RazerMoon being forced to retreat back. Footman going after the Forest Troll Berserker. More damage getting racked up here as JP tries to shoo away a Druid of the Claw. More damage to be added in again. Meanwhile, some low hit point units are falling back. Remember, though, JP does have the economic advantage, and now may even come out with the hero level advantage, as we see a level 2 Flame Strike nearly burning down this forest. Ancient of Lore already at 400 hit points and dropping quickly, as it does take down one footman here. All right, Blood Mage, if it actually gets to level 5 here off of an Ancient of Lore, don't know how much experience an Ancient of Lore gives. I think it is more than 11. Yeah, there you go, 25 experience, as the Blood Mage may be able to get off a level 3 Flame Strike and perhaps finish off more buildings. Are we going to see a mana burn? No, there's a Siphon Mana. Demon Hunter now out of mana here. Blood Mage could try to go for a level 3 Flame Strike after we're looking at the, well, the Altar of Elders about to get cleaned up. Demon Hunter, are we going to see some more mana or Siphon Mana? Yeah, there's a little bit of slow from the Mud Golem. Forest Troll Berserkers, more damage getting racked up here as the Demon Hunter looks to back away. There's a Flame Strike. Poor Wisp, well, saw the Flame Strike coming, but couldn't really do much about it, as the Altar of Elders is now down to 50 hit points and still dropping quickly. There's some more Siphon Mana again. Using the Moonwell has just inadvertently given more mana to the Blood Mage, as the Blood Mage now drains mana from the Goblin Tinker. All right. One Blood Mage off to the side here, going to finish off this Moonwell. We are looking at a level 4 Demon Hunter by RazerMoon. JP is in such a dominant position in this game. Level 5 Blood Mage has an Expo up, but is now, just now, 2/3 of the way to get to Tier 2. Will the tech advantage of JP be able to, or excuse me, of Crimson be able to overcome, or is JP economic advantage and hero level advantage too much? All right, in comes a rejuvenation here. There goes a Flame Strike. Well, RazerMoon being forced to retreat back here, as we're still looking at more damage getting racked up again. Level 2 now on the Goblin Tinker. Level 5 on the Demon Hunter. Level 5 on the Blood Mage. Level 2 on the Goblin Tinker. And, well, all the hero levels are about the same. It's just that RazerMoon has an extra hero. All right, getting level 1 weapons upgrades. Tech to Tier 2 nearly done. We may even see a very quick tech to Tier 3. Get that Rifleman ranged long rifle upgrade, and now try to train up a secondary hero. All right, Brigands, Rogues doing a little bit of chasing. Demon Hunter, Mud Golem finds an easy Mud Golem there to take out. And once more, well, is RazerMoon going to be able to shut things down? All right, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, is it going to get taken down? One more swipe, yes, enough to do so. Meanwhile, the Goblin Tinker may try to drop a Pocket Factories inside the base here, only to see that, well, there's a large amount of towers already in position playing that defensive game. Demon Hunter, Goblin Tinker now making its way down now. Demon Hunter going to try and press the waters here. There's a Siphon Mana. Blood Mage has plenty of mana, but not quite sure how to maximize its effectiveness here, as the Druids of the Claw are going after buildings that are pretty well out of range. There goes a Flame Strike. Some collateral damage onto his own farm, but, well, losing a farm, but able to deal 400 points of damage to all of these units, or 300 points of damage to some of these units may have made it worth it. As the units back up, Goblin Tinker are going to try and regroup. Goblin Tinker about a little bit more than a 2 1/4 in terms of experience. Demon Hunter back in action, ready to go once more. Decides to back away, wants to give well, the Goblin Tinker all the experience that it can. Currently down to 115, 116 experience. There's an Ankh of Reincarnation as well. Meanwhile, what is JP doing? JP is still going for solo Blood Mage only. All right, solo Blood Mage, level 2 Flame Strike, level 3 Flame Strike, level 2 Siphon Mana. JP does have the slightly larger army, 46 supply compared to 40, or larger supply, but smaller army in that it's 25 versus 30. Goblin Tinker gets up to level 3. That is a bunch of very low hit point units that need to get sent back home and back home quickly. Meanwhile, Blood Mage is invisible. Is it going to be able to spot some of these low hit point Druids of the Claw? If it's able to surprise with a big Flame Strike and kill 12 or 3 Druids of the Claw, 12 supplies worth of units quickly, well, that would greatly change the outcome and direction of the game. Goblin Tinker sitting at level 3. Blood Mage still looking around, figuring out where he can possibly strike that would be a hindrance, as the Blood Mage just runs along inside here and says, you know what, maybe I just Flame Strike a couple of these Wisps and other units. Well, one Wisp down to 11 hit points, he's able to back away. There goes the Wisp there, and now trying to go after the Ancient of Lore. Meanwhile, inside the base, Demon Hunter down to 43 hit points, down to 21. A half second later, that would have been the difference, as we see a Flame Strike now go down. There's some Siphon Mana. Demon Hunter doesn't even bother, doesn't have the option to mana burn, as both sides are fighting. Flame Strike perhaps could go down again. Are we going to see another Flame Strike? Yes, there we have it. There goes the Ancient of Lore. There goes a Wisp. And JP's Blood Mage is going toe-to-toe with the Demon Hunter, who has more life. You remember, though, RazerMoon does have a little bit more damage, as the Blood Mage, trying to escape down to 23 hit points, forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal after first trying to get away with the Staff of Teleportation. Tech to Tier 3 is done. No second hero on the horizon, as the Blood Mage, extremely low on hit points, has to consider his options. We're looking at Rifleman, Casters, Priest offering up a large amount of heals. Sorceress, I believe, are already at Adept training. No need for invisibility potions any longer, as the Blood Mage rolls on out. What is that Blood Mage looking or hoping to do? Blood Mage scouting out onto the battlefield here, trying to figure out where his opponent is. Little does he know that his opponent is, well, trying to reach every corner of the base here, as RazerMoon, building up his heroes and getting them to higher level. All right, we are still looking at a solo Blood Mage after all this time. Even if it is a 5.5 Blood Mage, he may not be able to get the job done by himself. Are we going to be looking at a Flame Strike? Yes, there we are. Flame Strike onto a couple of easy buildings. This Moonwell down to 347 hit points, as the Blood Mage, well, could have a very bad day. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter going to be coming back around. Is the Blood Mage going to launch a Flame Strike here again? That is the question. Demon Hunter, however, making it difficult and going to shoo away that Blood Mage as it tries to back up. 50 supply compared to 50. JP having 1,400 gold. RazerMoon, having not that many reserves, will not be able to rebuild the army when the time comes. How is this unfolding? We have 3 minutes of mining left at the main base, 5 minutes for off to the north. Demon Hunter going to try and test the waters with the Blood Mage. Blood Mage, however, once more was invisible and able to hide and protect himself again. Without an expo, well, JP can just try and sit back and relax a little bit, try to play that defensive game, but being defensive only puts you sometimes in a good position. It doesn't guarantee the win. Meanwhile, RazerMoon has been doing these tactical attacks with that Goblin Zeppelin, trying to put pressure and keep that pressure unrelenting on the human base. Blood Mage looking to finish off, perhaps get some more Flame Strikes, finish off the buildings down across here. Meanwhile, Arcane, well, there's that Flame Strike. Are we going to see an Ancient of Wind get taken down? Yes, one Ancient of Wind going to get taken down. Blood Mage now needs to retreat back, as the Demon Hunter has his eyes set on the Blood Mage. Dryads getting poked down here. Book of the Dead used up. Staff of Teleportation inbound. Demon Hunter ready to go after some of these targets. Knights are out here on the battlefield here, as the Goblin Tinker, taking a large amount of damage, has to be very careful. as that constant piercing damage against the Goblin Tinker may be too much for the rejuvenation to overcome alongside the focus fire of the rest of the human army. All right, Flame Strike coming across here. It looks like the Knight is going to be, well, stuck in this place here. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to back away down to 54 hit points, 47, 48. Goblin Tinker does have a Scroll of Town Portal, and, well, RazerMoon needs to get the heck out of dodge if he hopes to live and fight another day. We are looking at an Expo here at the 3 o'clock spot. That's going to be ready to go in about another minute and a half. Goblin Zeppelin going to, well, lift itself up and head off into the corner. All right. Quickly dropping all of those units here, trying to get a quick, easy clear of a relatively difficult, relatively easy creep camp. I take it back. Orange gonna go ahead and finish it off. There's a lot of Druids of the Claw here, and not much rejuvenation to go around, surprisingly, as RazerMoon now, well, retreats back to his base. Meanwhile, a scouting footman from JP has scouted out this Tree of Life and is attempting to shut it down before it really gets going. As both sides are fighting through, we're looking at, well, trying to elevate some targets. There's the Goblin Zeppelin that has been shut down. One Druid of the Claw getting taken out. Goblin Tinker trying to use the Scroll of Town Portal to get away. There goes a Dryad. Are we going to see another Druid of the Claw get taken down? Yes. 3 Druids of the Claw and 1 Dryad all taken out. Expo also taken out. JP now with the access to Phoenix, and that additional magic immune, a powerful summon could spell to be a problem. Dual level 5 heroes going up against a single level 6 ultimate ability, however, on the Blood Mage.
A player's forces are under attack.
Could even up the battlefield. Demon Hunter with Immolation and Evasion. Does he hope to try and figure out a way to well, have that Blood Mage join in on the battle and not get taken out? Circuit of Mobility, Boots of Speed, Staff of Teleportation. Blood Mage is trying to fight his way out here and looks like he will be able to do exactly that. Meanwhile, Phoenix is out as well, and the Phoenix is just going to burn up these Druids of the Claw and their heavy armor. So much big damage. RazerMoon down to, well, down to 35 supply overall, 25 supply army. And is this the beginning of the end? Demon Hunter looking to, well, retreat back here. Some low hit point units. Demon Hunter escapes away at just at 100 hit points as the Blood Mage gets up to level 7. Here we are. Here we go. Druid of the Claw going to go ahead and retreat back. Perhaps try to get a rejuvenation off. RazerMoon holding on with this frontline Demon Hunter, trying to find the perfect opportunity to launch a counterattack. But, well, the supply discrepancy is rather large. 47 supply difference. We're looking at an 18 supply army compared to 51. That is absolutely huge. Almost 3 times in size. Demon Hunter, however, getting very close to level 6, just needs 9 more experience, and perhaps that will be enough to come out ahead as the Demon Hunter down to 80 hit points and trying to back away still. There's a Moonwell that he came across. Sorceress should be able to get off a nice, easy, slow. Goblin Tinker coming back across here. Yuna's trying to re-engage. Are we going to see one Druid of the Claw getting taken down? Yes, we are. Demon Hunter losing all of its precious mana to the Blood Mage, who has just constantly been draining it. Main gold mines have mined out. Meanwhile, the north one still has about 750 gold in it, about 75 seconds worth, as the Demon Hunter ends up getting to level 6 before falling. All right, could we see an Ankh of Reincarnation followed by a Metamorphosis? That is the question there. No Metamorphosis, as the Demon Hunter just simply doesn't have enough mana, forced to use a Staff of Teleportation to get away. It looks like JP is just attack moving with his standing army now. economic advantage is, well, his army size advantage is his. The only thing that he's really lacking, I guess, would be the hero level. A level 7 Blood Mage going up against 2 level 6 heroes, which can be threatening.
The town is under siege.
Demon Hunter falls at level 5. No, falls at level 6. Ancient of Lore about to get cleaned up. I believe this will be the end. Robo Goblin is trying to take down this town hall, but it's not going to be enough, even in its Robo form, as the Goblin Tinker now looks to retreat back on out. All right, in comes the human army. Blood Mage, a solo Blood Mage, able to hold off the incessant onslaught of the Demon Hunter and this Goblin Tinker throughout this match. All right, there goes a flame strike there. Even repairing with the Wisp is going to be nearly impossible, as the Wisp would just get burned up right there. A little bit of additional damage. We're looking at a low hit point Knight about to get backed up here. No Staff of Sanctuary, but I don't really think JP needs it. One more shot. Yeah, there it goes. Now, perhaps we're going to try and finish off some of these Wisps off to the north. Robo Goblin, Demon Hunter, 2 level 6 heroes going up against a level 8 hero now. Thought it was level 7. Level 8 hero, as the, well, Goblin, Mecha Goblin, able to deal significant damage per attack, able to shut it down there. Blood Mage shows up to the party, looking to perhaps silence everything, or not, well, silence, but silence the crowd, as there's some engagements going on once more. No Mud Golem slow onto that Goblin Tinker as it races off to the north. All right, JP no longer mining off of 2 bases, but the same thing can be said for RazerMoon. RazerMoon's not even mining off of 1, as RazerMoon going to be forced to try and stand his turn around and stand his ground. All right, do we see Cleave here? Wait, no, not Cleave. I'm thinking of a different unit. Pit Lord, as that is the game. Level 9 reached by the Blood Mage, and a solo Blood Mage strategy working out well against RazerMoon and this Night Elf army. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.